Alright, with this video we're going to start the pizza cutter assignment, and we will begin with creating all the parts. It is again a 50-point assignment. We'll start right here. You will have access to this in your canvas, so make sure that you have this opened up as you are going through this. It would be my suggestion that you at least try to do this on your own before you rely on the video. If you then get stuck at some point, you can come back and do the video and follow along with it. So if you haven't tried to do that first, try to do that first before using the video. But you're going to go ahead and create a new folder and call it Pizza Cutter, and everything that you make you're going to save in that folder, whether it's on your own personal flash drive or it's somewhere on your 480 number if you have access to it, or if it's just on the computer on your desktop. It is my advice that you put it on a flash drive. Hopefully you have your own personal flash drive at this point. If not, keep it on the desktop until you can. So we're going to go ahead and start with the guard. That's our first part. So go into Inventor, create a new English standard.ipt file or part file. If your thing pops up like mine did, hit OK to load it up. We're going to go ahead and start a 2D sketch. Make sure that you choose the XY plane like I did right here. Then we are going to start by using this drawing as the basis and the measurements that are provided. So they've got a couple of measurements. We've done something very similar to this, so it is within your capabilities. I'm going to go ahead and start by creating this half right here. So I'm going to make a line that goes over 1.250. I'm going to hit the front button so it zooms out a little bit for me. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a line that goes over 0.2. And then I'm going to go right up here to the dimension tool, and I'm going to change the angle to 30 degrees for this. Now I could have did that when I first set it, but I want you to again use the dimension tool. So I'm going to change it from here, and I should be able to select here and bring it over here. Change this to 30, and I have it set at the right length. Again, I'm going to go to the other side, and I can do the same thing. 1.250. Set this one at 0.2 like the other one. Hit enter, and then again use the dimension tool from here to here to set this one as well to 30 so that they are in the correct places. So with the exception of my dimension, which I have set at angles right here, which is incorrect, but I have it there so that I can get my line in there. I'm going to go ahead and click on this and delete it. The actual dimension itself. Hit delete. Same thing with this one. And then I'm going to use the dimension tool, and I'm going to dimension from this point to this line like this and set it to 0.2. Same thing from here to here, 0.2. So when I did that, it was to show you that you can get a 0.2 measurement the one way I did it, which is what tends to happen if you don't pay attention to how the dimensions are lined up. So it was giving me 0.2 from here to here, but not for the height from the point here to this line. So make sure that you put those dimensions in there correctly so that it is, when you go to create this part, it actually has the correct measurements. We're going to go ahead and modify with a fillet that's at 0.3. We're going to modify it right here on this edge and right here on this edge. So fillet tool, 0.3, and we're going to click here and here. Same thing for this side, and now we have our rounded edges. We are going to now create an offset because we're creating the guard for the pizza cutter, so it does have some thickness to it. And we're going to go ahead and create an offset, and we're going to set it to 0.042. So we're going to go right up here to the offset tool. Click, go up 0.042. And I want to show this to you before we go forward or before I hit the accept button. If you offset it down, your dimension, your stuff might be a little bit different. So make sure when you do the offset, you offset in the top direction. So go ahead and hit the OK button. Next thing that we're going to be doing is drawing the end lines to cap this off. So again, it tells you draw lines on both ends to finish it. Line tool, zoom in if you have to. Make sure that you get the green dot. I've seen this a bunch of times where individuals are not connecting their green dots, and in doing so they're not able to extract correctly. So again, green dot to green dot should be completed. Next thing that we're going to do, you're going to extrude it 1 inch, and it tells you that it wants it to be centered 0.5 each direction. So this is probably the first time we've used this. I have shown a couple of you, but when we go to extrude, you have different directions that you can extrude it. You can either go backward, forward, but in this case we want to click on this one right here, and this is our symmetric one, and it lets us extrude it in both directions. So again, we're going to extrude it 1 inch, and it's centered 0.5 in each direction. So having it 1 inch means it goes 0.5 from here and 0.5 from that direction. So we'll hit OK. Go down to the next portion. We are going to draw a circle with a 0.4 diameter, and we need to make sure that it's perfectly centered. You'll notice that when they did this one, there is a yellow box going around it. That yellow box was created using project geometry so that we could actually center it. So I'm going to start a sketch here on the top, and I'm going to flip it so that's the same direction that this one was. And I can try to put the circle in here. It's actually got a center point already for me because of how I did one of the other drawings. But just to show you, if you don't have it, project geometry right in the center. It will box this entire section off for you, and then I can easily make a circle or a center point circle. So you'll see that my point's already lined up, and again 0.4 diameter. So set it to 0.4, hit finish sketch, and create a hole with a 0.4 diameter that goes all the way through. This could be done with the hole tool if you wanted to, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the extrude, set it to cut, select the hole, and the distance is already far enough, but if you want, you can set it to all, and it just cut just right through. Next section, we're going to create a 3D fillet on the 4 corners with a 0.35 radius. So we're going to basically be rounding all of our edges now. So we're going to go up to fillet, and I believe it's 0.35, and then we are going to click on these corners. Just those 4 corners right here. And I can hit this one through the edge. I don't have to rotate my drawing. I could if I wanted to, but I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like that. So you should have something at this point that looks like this. You're going to change the material to equal metal, steel, or stainless brushed, and you're going to save it as guard or pizza guard into your pizza cutter folder. So I'm going to go ahead and change the material to metal, steel, stainless brush. So I'm going to go up here to this one. Not going to click here, but I'm going to click here and go down to steel, and I'm going to see if it's on here. Stainless steel, and I don't see the brushed one in here. Let me see if it's at the top. So if it's not on there, that's fine. You can just use stainless steel. Set it like that, and you are done with that part. Again, file, save as, and guard. So make sure that you have it set as guard. I'm going to save mine as pizza guard, just so that they're having you save it as guard. I'm going to have you save it as pizza guard because I want you to make sure I'm not actually making a pizza cutter folder for mine, but you will. So again, save that. and make your pizza guard. Once that's saved, you can either try the next part without the video, or you can continue to follow along with the video.